Hello, in this video we work on Amazon EFS. We learn how it works and we do a very simple and easy practice on creating EFS, which is our elastic file system. It's a shared place for Linux machine, and as you see here on this link, which I will share with you, you can create a file system. You can mount the file system on an Amazon EC2 instance, and then we then write data to and from your file system. If you go down, you can see a very nice graph here. It shows what to do to create and use EFS. Maybe the main important part is these mount targets. If you see here, in each availability zone we have one mount target, and then this mount target is in one of the subnets in that availability zone, and then all these mount targets, they are connected to our file share system. And then when you create EC2 instance, then you can mount or you can ask EC2 to send data to and from files EFS through mount targets. As you see, each mount target has its own IP address, and this IP address is in the range of that subnet. For instance, when we create these mount targets, we should consider a number of IPs that are available in each subnet. So let's start and move ahead. So in my network, I have here one VPC, and then I have a bunch of subnets for that. Let's choose one subnet 16.0 as a subnet 1. Maybe I can change it to subnet 2, and then let's go to 0 as subnet 1. Just remember that now I'm going to create two EC2 instances, one in each subnet, and then I also create the EFS. So let's create EFS first. So I have some elastic file share systems already created here. So let's create the new one. We can put a name for that. So it's like a test EFS, and then it's in our VPC. We can customize it. It's good to go with the customization. You can go with the original one or one zone, availability zone. Let's leave it at original. To make it simple and to make it like cheaper for the test purposes, let's disable automatic backup. Then let's disable encryption of data. Test is just for the test purposes. We don't need the enhanced ones, we just need the burst ones, and we should also go with the none for the policy to transit, because it's bursting, it's not enhanced. When you go to instance, then you have that enhanced performance, and they move data, they transfer data between different tiers in storage. For additional, you can go to general purpose, and then let's go to next. Then they create mount in all these subnets, right? Let's see if the subnets that I need are here. So 16.0 is here, 32.0, 0.0, 80, and 64. So the one that I need are, both of them are here. That's good. And we can leave the security group as it is by default, and let's go and create. So the test EFS is now being created for us. It's available now. Let's go to create two EC2 instances, and let's continue by testing our EFS on two instances. Okay, so let's launch instance. This is my test VM1. It's the Linux machine, and then T2 micro free tier, my keeper to connect to instance later. Then for the networking part, I put it in subnet 1, so 00/20, and then I also assign a public IP address, and SSH is enabled. It's good. Let's go to here. In this step, let's go to edit. I like to add a elastic file share, and if you click on that, then you have a list of available elastic file shares. And then this is test EFS, is the one that I've created recently. And remember this mount point. This is the mount point inside any of those instances. And then for the advanced details, we need to add a role to the instance, and that role is allowing instance to have access to the EFS elastic file share or elastic file system. Let's launch instance. Then I'm going to launch another one. So this is test VM2. Same everything, T2 macro, and then same keeper. For VPC is same VPC. This time I go to subnet 2 different subnets, and then SSH is there. Let's go to configure storage again. I also mount EFS here, same test EFS, and then for the role I assign a role with enough permission to give EC2 enough permission to have access to EFS. And now let's launch that instance as well. Okay, now if I go to instances, this is the okay, so I'm waiting for the instances. I'm going to pause and waiting for those instances to be up, and then we start by looking at those two instances. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the second one of them is ready. Let's go to connect, and let's connect to the one that is ready, and let's see if I have connection to, or the mount is correctly created here. So let's go to mount, and then EFS, and then FS1. Already there is nothing here, right? Let's go to the other instance, and then this is the other one. This is 31.26.242. Okay, let's go to this one. For sure it's another one. Okay, this is 31.9.103, and this is 31.26.242. Alright, so again, let's go to same place, mount, and then EFS, and then FS1. So nothing here. Let's create a file like test.txt, and maybe sudo then ls. Alright, so this is done. There's one file created. Let's come back to the previous one, and then I have the file here, right? They have access to the file from the other instance. So let's create another file here, second.txt. Now I have two files here, while here I already had one before, and if I list the files, I have two files. So it means that these two instances, both of them has access to elastic file share. If I go to EFS, this is the test EFS that I've created, and as you see, it's available. And then so you can go to network part and you can see all the subnets, all the mounts that are available, and the security groups that are created for each of those mounts, and the subnet number and the availability zone. So all information that you need are here. If there is any replica, you can see the replications here, and then you can define some file system policies, and that's it. So it's like a very simple activity on EFS, and now we have elastic file system, which is accessible by two instances in two different availability zones in two different subnets. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this lab.